Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of the Captain Marvel figure from Hasbro's Marvel Legends line. This is based on the new movie that just came out, and to celebrate seeing the movie, which was quite good, I'm going to open the figure of Captain Marvel. And so as you can see, she comes in this window box packaging. She's already in a flight pose. I wish for people who wanted to keep her in the packaging and display her that way, that there was a little more going on in the background here. It's just very plain, and just kind of dull. But other than that, this is nice packaging. You've got a nice illustration of Captain Marvel on the side and also on the back. And then, of course, it shows the other figures in this wave and the Build-A-Figure, which is a Kree Sentry, which is from the comic, not the movie. It's, a mixed wave. You have comic characters and movie characters. And so, since this is a modern-day collectible Hasbro figure, you basically will open it up on the side here. There's a little bit of tape that I need to cut. And I'm trying to do this carefully. All right, did I get it done? All right, so there's basically should just be a flap here that I open. All right, there we go. Yeah, the modern figures are so easy. They just design them to be opened and come out of the packaging quite easily. I'll be able to slide it back in if I wanted to do that. I'm probably not going to do that personally because I want to keep her out and have her be part of my Avengers collection. So there you go. There is Captain Marvel. And so here she is out of the packaging, and here's everything she comes with. And I just want to point out, first of all, she is standing just fine on her own. I did have a Black Widow from Winter Soldier in the Marvel Legends line that didn't stand on its own. But other than that, Marvel Legends figures tend to stand very, very well on their own. So I'm always glad of that. And I also want to point out that while this looked really bland and dark in the box, this actually looks pretty cool. So if you wanted to display her with this little backdrop that was in the box, that's pretty cool too. Let's go ahead and talk about the head that she comes with. Now, if you look on the box, you'll see that she has this head in the illustration that the hair's flowing to the side. It's, she's kind of in flight here. Her mouth's open a little bit. And if you look at that, that's the head that it says should come with this. The head that we got is actually shown here with the bomber jacket. However, there is justification in the movie for that head being on the bomber jacket version of Carol. And I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say there is a movie scene like that. So I don't know quite what happened. Maybe they just had a mix-up, that they didn't catch before the packaging got printed. But regardless, this is the head that should be with this figure, regardless of what the packaging says. And it looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of detail in the hair. And so you can swap out that head for the one that she comes with. And so here she is with that head, and it looks really nice on her. Very detailed, very good likeness. So her hands pull right out, and you can plug her alternate hand. She's got a set of alternate hands that are outstretched that you can put in. Oh, and that was really easy. I am surprised. Yeah, the head and the hands are pretty easy. And they look great. Look at that. And the great thing about this set of hands is that there's a joint here on the hand that you pop in. So The fists don't have this, so it's just, kind of a straight fist. But, if you want her, for instance, she's shooting a beam out of her palm or something, there you go. And of course she can, do straight, a straight pose, like, she's trying to fly or reach something, or she's about to shoot a hand beam like that, And obviously it looks better with both hands in, but very nice. And of course you can mix and match between the hands. So talking about articulation, we'll start with this head. And it does look down rather well. I don't know why you'd need her to look down like that, but it doesn't look up very well because it's hindered by the hair. So there is a flying pose I know everyone's going to want to do. We'll look at that with the helmeted head. That's what that's meant for. But the shoulders move up to here, but they have the shoulder pads there, so that they're kind of blocked. But, you can move the shoulder all the way around and all the way out. The shoulder pad is movable. Like I said, it has its limits right there, but that's about it. So elbows, of course. And like I said, this particular set of hands has joints you can move. And the legs are really great. So these just go out right this. If you need her to ride a bike or something, I think she should be just fine. Knees, got some double jointed knees. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement on those ankles. And of course you always have the ab crunch with these collectible figures. Everyone wants to do the ab crunch. But yeah, so she can do all kinds of poses and all that stuff. Let's look at that helmeted head, though, and take a look at what she might look like in a flying pose. So here she is, in a flying pose, and she is able to look up a bit. And so I think it looks pretty natural. This is, a really cool figure that if you have a flight stand, I think you can absolutely pull off some really cool flight poses. The only bits of limited articulation I feel like on this figure are some of the past figures have had those joints that you have in this hand in the fists, and those look really nice because you can kind of curl up the fist. Here it's just straight, which is a little more awkward, but I understand, in a figure this extensive, you got to cut corners somewhere. However, the paint job is not one of them. This is a really, really great paint job. The detail is all there. And it's shiny and it looks really nice. And I think it just absolutely perfectly captures the movie. Just every detail that I can think of, having seen the movie a couple days ago, is there. And it looks really nice. I think this is a great costume. I think this was an ingenious move by Marvel to put Carol Danvers in this costume that pays homage to the original Captain Marvel costume. And, well, both of them actually, because it's based largely on the more famous costume that Marvel had, but also has that helmet that's homage to the costume he originally wore as a Kree soldier. So I really dig this outfit, and I think this figure really, really captures it well. And just for comparison, here she is with one of the other Marvel Legends figures. This is the Wasp from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and she fits in just perfectly. So they look very good posed together. So overall, I highly recommend this figure for $20. I think they did a great job. Well, the movie costume does a great job of capturing the comic costume, but this figure does a great job of capturing the movie costume. So good all the way around, and I recommend looking for it online. In my area, it's not on store shelves, or at least I couldn't find it, but you can find it online at retailers like Amazon. I got mine on Hasbro Pulse, but I think it's well worth the 20 bucks. All right, that's it. Like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, see ya.